Yeah, is it?
Yeah, okay. So,
I think so.
hi everybody. My name is Suha Soydan. I work at the Özyeğin University Center for Entrepreneurship. It is really great to have you all here. Thank you for taking your time and being with us today. Today, we are celebrating Global Entrepreneurship Week, and this is the last event that we have been doing for the past 3 days. On the very first day, we hosted Shan Yu, who is the CEO and co-founder of Parachute, a fintech company, a SaaS company in Turkey. And last night, we hosted Jason Lau. Maybe some of you already familiar with him. He is a partner at Course Strategy, which is a consultancy, entrepreneurial consultancy firm. And he is also an instructor at Özyeğin University. And today, actually, we can call her as one of you, because Bahar is one of our master students. And today we will be talking about her entrepreneurial journey as an international student who has been around Turkey for the past three years. So thank you once again for being here. And let me briefly give you some information about what we are doing at Center for Entrepreneurship. Actually, we are trying our best to help our students and our stakeholders to develop their entrepreneurial ideas and to move from idea to execution stage. So Center for Entrepreneurship is located here in this building, and our office is up there. If you have any idea, if you would like to talk about a business opportunity or a social responsibility, a venture, a social venture, it doesn't matter. We are always here to help you. So you can just email us and schedule a talk, and we will be more than happy to talk to you about your entrepreneurship ideas. At the moment at Özyeğin University, we are running a program specifically designed for our international students. The program is called HEIght, which stands for Higher Education, Innovation, Growth and Training. And this program is supported by European Union and the European Institute of Innovation and Technology, Climate Kick. So currently, on the top of the programs that we have for our local Turkish students, we have a program for international students, and in the coming months and hopefully in the next semester, we will look for ways to expand this program. So if you have an idea, please do not hesitate to talk to us, come to us, and we will be more than happy to help you. So with this introduction, let's move on with our talk. Bahar, welcome. Thank you for taking your time and being with us today. So could you please tell us about yourself? Who is Bahar?
Sure. Can you hear me well, by the way? Perfect. Thank you so much for participating in this event. I'm pretty surprised by the the amount of people here. And first of all, I'm Bahar from Iran. I'm a master's student in Design, Technology, and Society in the Social Science Department. Before that, I studied MBA in Iran and worked as a marketer. And then after, I changed my career from marketing to product and service design, because I found it more valuable for the society to create things that people want rather than just planning for increasing the sales rate. So when I decided to change my career from marketing to the product design, I was realizing that I do not have enough education or the training to reach my goal. So I decided to apply for the master degree. As Turkey is almost our neighbor country, it's close to my home country. Also, I can handle the expense when I was thinking to apply. I searched for the courses and the degrees, and I found the Özyeğin as the best match for my goals, because when I was 22, after graduation from bachelor degree, with my sister, we tried to experience entrepreneurship by creating a community for the young entrepreneurs to share their experience monthly basis during a breakfast, entrepreneur breakfast. And we had this income, but it wasn't scalable. That's why we stopped. And I found Özyeğin as a university which is more or less entrepreneurship center. And this major which I'm studying is fascinating because you are trying to solve a society problem by using the technology. So the intersection of these things persuade me to apply for this university and coming to Turkey.
Love it. So you worked as a marketer and you did an MBA program, and now you are pursuing your second master's program. So while you were working as a professional marketer, did you have a chance to work with startups and did you have a chance to be involved in entrepreneurship ecosystem?
Yeah, I had both experience of, I start my career journey as a marketer and digital marketer in an enterprise company, something like SAP, equivalents in Iran. And then after, because that was the environment was too much enterprise, I decided to work for the startup. That was it called BipTunes. It was in the music industry. So the combination, I had the chance to see the industries from the different perspective.
Okay, lovely. So you work with startups and then you said, okay, it's time for a new adventure, and you started thinking about coming to Turkey. You picked Özyeğin, start your master's program, and as you were taking courses, then something strike you. And what was that? At what point did you start thinking about starting a startup in Turkey?
The guys in front of me, one of the first person persuade me to do that. So if you are hesitated to start your entrepreneurship journey, take his time, talk with him and get his help, because honestly speaking, Özyeğin and the Girişim Fabrikası help us in each stage, and I really like to talk about the beginning. So I don't know.
So can we go to the slides? Yep. Here.
Yeah, this is me, and also my experience I explain, and I will get back to it, but I want to talk first about our my journey here. I in the first semester I was just exploring that each department and also labs, and what can I learn from them, how can I join to them. I remember on a fall semester of 2019 I came here. I got we had the schedule to talk about the what's your facilitations and also stuff you do for the entrepreneurship. And you introduced me the sectorial orientation class with Ehsan Elgin Hoca. Because this course is for a bachelor degree student, I as a master's student cannot take it officially, so I somehow audited and participated as a guest student. That class ignited my opinion to start working on an idea here in Turkey, because in each step we work on the one problem and then designing this small solution, etc., to working on our pitch deck and present it in front of the juries. During that course, I had the initial idea of the Bahareh. Bahareh is a HR tech solution to analyze the skill set for the tech people. Because hiring tech people is expensive, and nowadays each country, even in Europe, are dealing with the shortage of the talent people in the engineering part. So we somehow help companies to define the learning and development program personalized for each people in order to meet the company needs. So you do not waste your money, you do not waste people's time with the generalized learning and development program, something like this.
Okay, so at this point I would like to ask, so you were like in an exploration mode, you didn't have a specific idea, okay, I would like to do this or that, or I would like to solve this kind of a
No,
problem.
no.
You were exploring different opportunities, and then you took that class from İhsan Ergin Hoca, SEC 499. And then during the class, you start thinking about this HR tech. So how did you choose this specific vertical? How did it relate to you? Did you have any previous experience in HR technology, or did your co-founding team, if you had experience in this field? So what was the reason for choosing this specific problem?
I'm not a specialist in the HR tech, but I'm always interested in the HR part, because during my experience in the enterprise and also a startup, I saw both companies in different sectors, in different sides, are suffering from the HR problems. Mm-hmm. So I had that background, and close friend of mine also specialized in the HR, and also his work as a HR analytics. Mm-hmm. He somehow, in our discussion about the entrepreneurship and about the problem, start this idea. Mm-hmm. And I also, because I had the business background, he had this HR background, mm-hmm. we just put it together. Mm-hmm.
So you were not alone by then. No. You had a teammate, and as you were discussing, so what can we do, what kind of opportunities are there, and then he said that, okay, we have this expertise in HR field, so you have this business expertise, so let's join forces and go after this problem. So did you have any other people in your team other than your co-founder? Were there other different skills or experiences?
Yeah, for sure. But I should mention it. I know my friend, my close friend, since 5 years ago. We had experience of working together. This is very important, guys. Your classmate, your partner, your even sister or brother cannot be a professional co-founder for you, because people have a different style of working, so you cannot decision based on the blind friendship. You have to have the experience of working with people, at least very small project, to challenge each other, go for fight, and see how is the character. Yeah. So I had that experience before. Mm-hmm. But for so I had a business background and also design. One other, Vahid has the HR background. Nima, our technical co-founder, has the technical background for 8 years. Mm-hmm. And the last person is our designer, who is close friend of mine. Mm-hmm. He specialized in designing stuff, mm-hmm. Digital product design, I mean.
So you have this domain expertise in HR field, you have this business expertise, exactly. And you also have this design expertise. So there are different tastes to create a venture. Lovely. So what did you do then after you formed your team? How did things evolve over time? What did you do to take your idea to execution stage, and how did things go?
Let me check my first 100 days. Uh-huh. So at the end of the class, we had a jury for grant, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, as far as I remember. And we received the grant from Girişim Fabrikası. They announced it, I think, near the July, I mean, something like this, June, right. July. Yep. And on that time, we decided to publish the first version of the DeFaro. At the beginning, the first idea was something like B2C version of DeFaro. We prototyped it, and we failed. No one wanted, simply.
Mm-hmm. So how did you check people, whether people want it or not? What did you do at this stage?
We create a prototype of the application. Mm-hmm. We published it among the circle of people we know, mm-hmm. and also on the internet. Mm-hmm. Y Combinator, I think, mm-hmm. they have a rich community of the entrepreneurs, mm-hmm. The people who has a business and also hired mm-hmm. People experience. And besides, we talk with many mentors from the tech stars, mm-hmm. up to Turkish mentors provided by Girişim Fabrikası. They said that the market you are working on is not really, it is very competitive, and also the execution is so complicated for a team with this resource. So on that part, we decided to stop that idea. And we just, as you see in the green wave, we don't have any idea. We just failed and don't know what to do. During that time, we participated in an acceleration program. I don't know if you want to, we want to continue it, or
yeah,
any
sure.
question
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
During that acceleration program, we again start from the scratch. We put everything aside. We didn't change the philosophy of the business. We keep it HR tech, but we changed the business model of the B2C. So we thought we can work on the B2B, but we don't have any idea which solution can be. So we start during the 4 months acceleration program, working on talking with the businesses. For example, I remember I sent many emails to you and other professors in Özyeğin. This is what we want to work. This is the problem, and we need to talk with the companies in the X size. Even we talk with the GE, we talk with the Turk Telecom, we talk with the great brands, we talk with the startups, because you need to see the different aspect of one problem from the various point of view. It is very important. And then after, step by step, I think most of the time in our days, we spend just talking and challenging each other. So by this type of a conversation, gathering information, analyzing, and also have a discussion with the co-founders, we decided to focus on this part of the business.
Okay, so from what you are telling us, it is clear that it is not a linear journey.
No,
it has ups and downs, and for a startup founder, he or she really needs to be open to change, because things change, and actually in order to fit to the market needs, in order to fit to the customers' need, they have to make necessary changes, and they should definitely not fall in love with their ideas, right?
exactly.
If they fell in love with their ideas, then most probably the results will be
only your mom will buy your stuff.
Yeah.
No one else.
Lovely. And at the very beginning of your journey, you said that you build a product, you build a prototype, but I'm sure it was not fully functioning, right?
Exactly. It was full of bugs.
Yeah, it was full of bugs, but you had at least a web page and maybe some features working.
We had a mobile.
Yeah, you had the mobile application,
Android version,
but not all the features were working properly. But yet you take it and send to other people. Okay, here is our startup. We would like to do this, and please comment on that.
Yes,
so
sure.
if you locked yourself into a room and developed for maybe a couple of months, and then sent to people and said, okay, that's not what we are looking for, then you would have wasted all your time. But now, with much little effort, you had the same learning and you had the same insights, so that you can move much faster.
Exactly.
So at this point, do you have any, when you think about the early stages of your startup, is there anything that you did in a different way? I wish I had done this differently.
I had a slide about that.
Maybe this. Yeah.
I don't know which direction I should.
Yeah.
The next one also. It's about our challenges. No, the challenges.
Yeah,
thank you so much. The first problem we had is about the perfectionist. Today, when I sit here, it's so easy to tell you, do not into the trap of the perfectionist. But when you're in the ground and during the battle with yourself, co-founders, industry, etc., it's too hard to keep yourself from polishing too much your product. You always want to make it better. Let me make it better. I can make it better, but who cares? If one page, a web page can solve the people problem, then make it and publish it. Why you are waiting? Maybe you're afraid too much. Maybe you are suffering from the perfectionist for product development too much, or you are in the somehow you want to show your skills to your co-founders. You should first think about yourself. What pushing me to polish too much the product? So stop it. Put the sprint. A sprint means working in the basis of a 2 weeks process. Work on the sprint. Try to be on time, deliver what you should deliver, and then listen to the people. It doesn't matter how much information you have about the industry, how your technical skill is perfect. It's not important at all. It's important how much traction you have, how many sign-up you have, how many people buy your stuff, or how many people join your newsletter, etc., etc. It's the most important thing you should pay attention. And the other one is failure, fear of failure. I mean that we spend days and nights, like 3 weeks, to publish our Android version. It failed. I cried because I spent too much time on defining your user flows and also talking with the developer to define it, and then it failed. Okay, failed. Move on.
Yeah.
You know, continue and work on the idea to figure out what people want. And the last one is more or less about international students. We are international students. We are on the limited visa here. So if you want to start your entrepreneurship visa, please consider you should have a student visa valid for at least 2 years, because it takes time to understand what you want to do. And if your visa finished, it's again another variable on your mind. You should handle that. Because for me, for example, my student visa will finish on August. So it's a huge embarrassment for me. What's next? That's why I decided, for example, to start a job in a Turkish company, because I need a job visa. I will back to it, but let's talk about the other matters.
Okay, so people who would like to create a startup should be a perfectionist, but it should be at the right time. So in the early stages, without being a perfectionist, just publish the product, ship it, let people use it, let people comment on it, and learn from it and move on. Otherwise, if you would like it to be the perfect version of it, then you will be wasting your resources, and then most probably you will have something that people do not want to pay or use. And you should definitely be open to failure, because 99% of the startups generally fail or not grow that much. For that reason, it's really important. And as you said, definitely as an international founder, you should be dealing with maybe the legal aspects, which may not be that friendly. And this may be the case for all international founders or students, irrespective of the country they are in. Maybe in US they will be having other challenges, or in Europe definitely other challenges. So
they should consider it from day one.
Yeah, definitely. And also it's in a way it's same for the locals as well, because there is this legal thing always there. So in some way or other, we should be fitting into this framework of legal structure as well. So you were building a product, you were working part-time for a company, and you were pursuing your studies. So how did you handle all of these?
I will go back on this. Everyone think when I'm talking about, I'm the CEO of the startup company. That's luxurious stuff, the chic lady sitting and ordering thing. But the reality is, sorry. The reality is this, the chaos, you live in the chaos for a long time. As a CEO, everyone expects to handle stuff from customer research to product development to handling the legal to handling the financial, especially we had a grant from Girişim Fabrikası, so we need to keep in touch with the university, announcing them about our needs and then also explaining what our plan to do with the money. So it also back and forth, you should plan it to receive money on the right time. So everything is on the top of your mind beside your studies. It's totally hard to handle. Yeah.
So did you have any failing courses during this time, or did you manage to get them good enough?
Fortunately or unfortunately, during the I only spent one semester physically in the campus, and the rest was online because of the COVID situation. So I hadn't any commute because I live in Kadıköy. I just go into the office. Thanks to the Girişim Fabrikası, we had a place to work. I go there, had the classes online, and then after, because in master degree you don't have that much classes, you only have, for example, 2-3 class and then writing stuff. So that wasn't that much hard for me. I cannot explain from the bachelor degree point of view. It's different.
So you were able to manage them?
Yeah, I were.
And are you about to graduate right now, or
yeah,
how
on
many
my
courses this semester? Or
I have one class now, and I'm currently I'm working on my thesis, but I hope next semester we'll finish it.
Okay, so at the moment you are working. Also, you are working at a part-time at a company, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I'm working somehow full-time at a work company.
Okay. And you are very involved in the entrepreneurship ecosystem. You are meeting people from other startups, and you are actively involved in it. So how do you feel about the Turkish entrepreneurship ecosystem as an international founder? And you also participated in different programs. You were able to work with other startup founders from Istanbul, Ankara, and other parts of the world. And since you were also involved in entrepreneurship back in Iran, so can you make some kind of a comparison, or how do you feel as an international founder in Turkey?
First of all, I'm amazed because as a international student with zero background in Turkey, without not working experience and also any network here, university support me totally. In terms of, I also received the grants, scholarship for my master degree and also grants. And then after university and also the network of the people that provided by people here help us to connect with, for example, ecosystem in the Ankara, or connect with even outside of the Turkey. So Turkey has a rich networking with both countries in MENA region and also in Europe and United States. So Turkey somehow create a bridge for us to easily access to other ecosystems. So this is the first thing. The second thing is one of our co-founders was fluent in Turkish. So we somehow easily can reach anyone we needed. If we need the mentor who, for example, cannot speak English, he can talk with him. So we do not face that much problem in terms of communicating with the native society. Other than that, I cannot count any serious problem except the legal part. You know, when, for example, when you are a startup, it's so hard to hire 5 people. And we had that problem because if you want to apply for your job visa, you had to do that. This is the only thing really hard to handle in the beginning stage, in the first stage of just figuring out what you want to.
So you said that you did not have that much problem, and also having a person who is familiar with the local structure and who is fluent in Turkish also helped you. So for future founders who are international, getting these kind of connections or knowing the local language will definitely help them. But at least you survived to a certain extent by just knowing English. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Because in the university, everyone is speaking English, and also in Girişim Fabrikası, I cannot remember any problem here. We easily talk with the mentors, and also people in Ankara, especially O2. I know the techno part in O2. People are speaking English, so that wasn't hard at all.
Okay, love it. Okay, so in order to get from idea to execution stage, you participated in incubation and acceleration programs, and you said that you work with different mentors and trainers throughout the process. So what was the common thing that each mentor or trainer raised along the way about starting a startup, or what was the first question maybe when you are talking to a mentor that was directed to you about your idea?
The first thing they asked, the common question between all the mentors was, what is the problem clearly at the beginning, because we just have an illusion of the solution. Instead of talking about the problem, we always jump to the solution. They asked me about, okay, what is the problem? Look, I designed a mobile app, blah, blah, blah. But that was an answer. And the second question was, could you make it cheaper and also faster? And many of them suggest us to work with no-code and low-code platform. I wish I do. Because when you work on the no code, it makes you to execute faster. I know maybe we have engineers here. I respect your field, no offense to the engineer people, but the thing is that you just need to execute faster. No one care about the code, no one care about you. Everyone just care about the things you're producing. So if you can make it faster with the no code, do it no code. Do not hesitate about the rest of the tools.
Okay, so the common issue is the problem. So as a startup founder, you should have a very clear idea about what the problem is, what kind of things make people, your future customers sick or unhappy, or how can you, what are the things that keep their performance below or not good enough. For that reason, if you define the problem well, then you will find the right solution to it.
Exactly.
But if you don't
what
have,
do you do it vice
if you do it the reverse way, then things will be much more difficult. And thank you very much for raising up the no-code, low-code issue. It is really important because nowadays, we are living in an age of technology, and we are looking for engineers, computer scientists who will develop new mobile applications, websites, and other things. But with the advance of no-code and low-code tools, anyone who is hardworking enough to learn on his own or her own can definitely learn how to ship a mobile application or a website, or even a more complicated web tool in matter of maybe weeks, not days, but in weeks, without help of an engineer. So if you would like to build a startup, and if you don't know any engineers, or you say, okay, I'm not going to work with anyone, I will be a solopreneur, so I will be working on my own, but I would like to build a technological product, definitely check out the no-code and low-code tools, and you will be amazed about the opportunities that you can create with using these kind of tools. And maybe you might have a small business, maybe your parents have a small business, or you already have a brand or small business. By using these kind of no-code and low-code tools, definitely you can create so much value for your startup, for your business, and you can make things much easier for yourself and for your customers as well. So it's really important.
also, when you use no-code and low-code platforms, you really don't need to add new co-founders, because, for example, our co-founder, he was specialized as a backend developer. So for the mobile version, we needed to work with the person who knows Android, for example. Again, you should work with another people. People are fine, but working with people, defining what you think about, it takes time. So if you are just one person, have an idea, okay, don't care about, do not having the technical co-founder in that stage. Go for testing your problem, go for testing your solution. If it works, if you want to scale it, then add a technical co-founder. But at the beginning, it just make things more complicated, fights, etc., etc.
So in the initial stage, to test your assumptions, to test your ideas, using no-code and low-code tools will be more than enough. But as the things progress and things get much bigger, definitely you can hire.
Scale when it grows, then go for it.
You can definitely hire people. You can definitely hire computer scientists and engineers and others. So you had the idea, you attended these programs, and you moved on. You developed your idea with input of mentors and trainers, and then, if I'm not mistaken, you agreed to start a company. So you agreed to form a company, but due to the legal structures, you agreed to do it somewhere else. So where did you start your company officially, and how was the process?
I'm going there. During the acceleration, at the end of the acceleration program, after presenting to juries and mentors, we decided to establish our company in Estonia, because Estonia has a great digital infrastructure for anyone around the world to manage and work remotely. And it's cheap, it's easy to establish, and also easy to maintain. That's why we decided to choose Estonia. And also, if you do not need to pay any money as an investment into the company, you can defer it to 5 years, which is excellent. That was a perfect choice for us.
So did you travel to Estonia to start the company, or did everything go online?
Everything online.
Online. So with some emailing, some clicks and buttons, and then you had your company. Defaro is an official company in Estonia at the moment, right?
You will. There is a form. You go writing. Why are you established? Why do you want to be e-residence of Estonia? First of all, you should get the e-residency. There is a blue box. They send you, like, for example, a student card, something like this. This is a chipset, and you should take it from the Estonian embassy in Ankara. When you take your e-residency card, you connect it to your laptop, then you can establish your company. Is very easy.
That easy.
Yeah, it's maximum to 1 week. When you receive, choose the service provider, because you should have a service provider to manage your accounting stuff. And then establish.
Okay, so here we are not supporting you to start a company in Estonia. Start your company in Turkey, but if the legal framework is not that friendly, maybe then you can look for other solutions to start your own company. So I guess we covered pretty much everything. At this point, I would like to give the word to our audience. If there are any questions that they would like to share or raise, we will be more than happy to answer. So any questions, comments, please raise your hands, and we will be more than happy to have your words. Please go ahead.
Idea wasn't like a one night thing. It's for example, I have draft of 2 notebooks, papers I spend on sketching, and also checking with the mentor, and talking with the companies, and back and forth between the team. I cannot say that, this is perfect and I can go for it. The first thing it was in my mind, it totally irrelevant to this version of the department. I cannot say this moment was the thing we achieved today.
So it's something like evolving. You have something in your mind, but then as you learn more about maybe the vertical, the domain, or as you have more input from others, then it evolves. If it doesn't evolve, then there is a problem again, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the comment and question. Yes, please.
The brain is, look, we didn't spend that much time on internal talking because I had a background in the marketing and also the design. I inherently knows you should talk with people, you should hear to people. So we spend most of our time talking with the companies. The process was like something like this. I remember the days we write very short text in the WhatsApp and ask my co-founders to share it with their own network to people with a specific persona. At least they have one company, they work with the 3 people, they're dealing with the HR problems, and ask them to give us 20 minutes talk. Then after we gathered the notes, we analyzed the notes. For example, this is the person problem. This is what his character, personality, and also what he wants. Then we try to find a spot that we want to work, because people have zillion things to need and want to build, but it wasn't matched to our resources. It wasn't matched to our mission and vision. That's when slowly we figure out, okay, this is the spot we want.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Any questions, comments? Yes. Then, so I guess we covered pretty much everything here. If you have any final remarks, I will be happy to hear them, and then we can call it a day.
Sure. I want to say that please try entrepreneurship, but do not expect to be a Jeff Bezos or the next, to create the next big thing in the world. But try it in terms of to see how your character grow, how your network grow. If you are international student, it helps you to create very rich network, both in Turkey, both in your region, and also even you can create the great network in Europe or United States, no matter. So try it as a way to learn problem solving. Try to learn how the product should be developed, how you should manage a team. Because my visa situation, I had to apply for the job visa. So I decided to start working in a Turkish company. Because of the experience in the Defaro, I can easily handle the challenges I am facing now. So maybe in the future, Defaro won't be a very big thing, but at least it helps all of us to grow and experience perfect things here.
Mm-hmm. So you say that you do not afraid of the failure. Try in a positive manner and try to learn new things, new experiences. And doing a startup is a great way of doing that. So as long as you talk to people, you test your ideas, you test your assumptions, and you focus on the problems, not the solutions, then definitely this is going to be a great journey, rich in learning, rich in experience. And these are not going to spend in vain. That people, they will be benefiting from these experiences in the long run, maybe in their professional lives or in their next startup, or in some other forms. But definitely, this is going to pay them a good return in the long run.
Exactly, and you know, when you learn how to solve a problem, you won't afraid from. You don't have a how can I say that, a stable salary. So because you have that mindset how to solve the problem, you will find a way. And when you try entrepreneurship one time, two time, three time, you after that you learn how to have a side hustle maybe to generate revenue for you. This is the most important thing you should learn.
Thank you. Thanks so much. So thank you, Bahar, for being with us today, taking your time and sharing your invaluable experiences with us. And I would like to thank each one of you who had a chance to be with us in this premises at Özyeğin today with us. So with this event, we will be closing the Global Entrepreneurship Week events that we are organizing as Center for Entrepreneurship. However, we will be having more events in the coming months. Some of them will be online, some of them will be offline. So please check out our emails, check out the announcements that we will be circulating on my Özyeğin and other channels. And thank you once again for being with us today. Have a great day and take care. Thank you.